Not too often.
Billy, you're the foreign medicine guy, or so to speak, global health. How do you say that?
Hanky limb.
Hanky limb.
That's what I'd say. Hanky limb.
Hang on to that. You're going to use it later.
Okay.
It's like David Copperfield. Now, hold on to that. It's going to come back later. Put it in your wallet. All right. Here's a live audience.
I want to ask which limb, but
Okay. Richie, you live kind of close to Canada. I'm guessing that's from. How do you say that? Pierre what?
Pierre Michael.
Pierre Michael. Okay. Hang on. Those will be important in a few minutes. So this is what just happened. We're going to ask your questions about what these guys talked about. Now, there were questions for all of the speakers, but the majority happened to be up on these stools.
That would be because Aileen gave a much more succinct lecture.
That's right. Yes. She had all the answers.
Yes.
All righty.
clean and on point.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to start off with Corey Slovis with the heart score. Just a few things to recap. Heart score predicts the risk of MACE, of major adverse cardiac event. It does not rule out cardiac disease.
Absolutely.
Okay. And with the heart score, this is the heart score from MD Calc, if somebody has a low heart score, but they still have significant EKG changes, or if they have a low heart score, but they have an elevated troponin, you're not saying, you got a low heart score, off you go home. You're saying, you've got a low heart score, but I think you're still high risk, you're admitting them.
Absolutely. I think one of the problems is some people follow the heart score religiously. The only problem is it's not a religion.
Jeff Bray, can you tweet that? Some people follow the heart score religiously, but it's not a religion. Legend, dairy.
Giddy up.
All right. Okay. Low heart score, low risk of adverse event in 6 weeks. Maybe 1%, maybe 1.9%, it's low. But does that really mean no stress test? Because on your slide it said, refer to PCP, but what's going to happen is there's a chance that they're going to get a stress test. So what does that really mean?
So there's nothing wrong with having a patient get a stress test. I think the purpose of the heart score is to make sure that you're not required to keep that patient in your ED, do a stress test, and prolong their stay, and perhaps even have an inappropriate admission of someone who's low risk, has a intermediate stress test, and then they go on and have an adverse result from getting a cardiac cath.
Here is a question. Heart score, well, the original heart score used a high sensitivity single troponin, but in the United States where we don't have that, the heart score uses 3-hour troponins, but others use 2-hour troponins. So you get one on arrival, one 2 hours later, one 3 hours later. What do you recommend?
So you need to talk to your lab. Depending on your troponin, a 0 and 2 hour is just perfect. We have a 0 and 2 hour protocol, but because the heart score had 0 and 3 and the AHA says 0 and 3, we changed it. Soon, with higher sensitivity troponins, it'll be 0 and 1, or if they've had chest pain for more than an hour or two, it'll be a single entry troponin.
Can the heart score be used for all types of troponins?
You're killing me here. So, troponins are in evolution. The original troponins were not as sensitive as the current sensitive and now high sensitivity troponins, but soon ultra high sensitivity will replace all of this. You need to have a high sensitivity troponin. Using an earlier version will not give you the same results.
Do you still recommend 2 troponins if the patient presents 6 hours or more after onset of pain?
This is a great question. If someone has had prolonged chest pain, their troponin should have turned positive in 0, 1, 2, or 3 hours. After 6 to 8 hours, you really only need 1. Having said that, you're using now your judgment. That's not part of the heart pathway, but I think it's totally appropriate to just do 1 troponin.
Al, what do you think about that?
I'm on board with that.
Okay.
In fact, and Corey and I were talking about this. We wrote a policy for the department with our cardiologist, and they set up hotline numbers, the big 3 cardiology groups, so that, like Corey said, you don't need to stress test them, but you might need it later on. Everybody leaves with a hotline number that they can call that guarantees they can see the cardiologist and or get the stress test within 72 hours.
We have a hotline at our place. It's called 911.
We had a 911 call from the
It's called
ED
a
yesterday.
very hotline.
Okay. Richie, well, your slide didn't really come through, but I know the content. You talked about the new guidelines for bronchiolitis, and you said, give them albuterol, although then you'll call your, man, I have been ridiculed for that. Derided, chastised, I still give it, still believe in it. And your thinking is that, maybe they have bronchodilator responsive bronchospasm. If they respond to that bronchodilator, do you give them steroids?
Yes, I do. Let's back up. Bronchiolitis is not the same disease in any kid. Bronchiolitis is a spectrum disorder. I just like saying spectrum disorder because it's very PC now.
It sounds cool.
Means I don't know what's wrong with you, but I'm sure you didn't cause it. Anyway, I'm learning. But the reality here is that it's a 12 to 21 day illness. It's caused by 12 different viruses. It has multifaceted pathophys. There are studies out there that show, and this is my favorite geek study, RSV desensitizes the beta-2 agonist receptor. This is like tox stuff, like glycine, all that weird stuff. So when you group it all together, don't even say the word bronchiolitis. The studies are on RSV. And they're telling you that in that realm, it doesn't seem to work. Now, how many of you do viral testing? You probably shouldn't.
Yeah, some do.
Yeah, but we won't get into that. But they're multifaceted viral things. So it's a mixed blessing. A kid gets viral colonization with RSV, let's say. Day 1, 2, 3, it's a head cold. Nobody can change what it is. Then all of a sudden, that same kid retracts, grunts, wheezes. What happened? About 90% of them, the mucus just went south. We all know it's inflammatory. But there's that subset capsular group that has reactive airway disease. What stimulates all the wheezers you've ever seen in your life? A cold. It's no different if you're 1, 2, or 3 months of age. And, that statistically, I'm going to tell you, if you're just a straight data reader, it doesn't seem to work. But shocker, it seems to work in some people. So I'll hold to it. What does a steroid do for beta agonist responsive bronchodilation? The med students always say the same crap. It's inflammatory change, it decreases inflammation, stabilizes basement membranes. What it really does is it upregulates the beta-2 receptor. So it changes stereotypic configuration and it responds better. So, like I said, if it's working, I'm going to give it full vote. And what I just said would get me stoned. Not a happy stone.
There it is.
Yeah.
At the age.
Wait, Sam, stand by. Can I get a rim shot?
No rim shot.
No, please, rim shot.
Yeah.
Yes. There you go. Okay.
All right. Don't tell anybody I told you that. How are you going to go?
No,
So when are we getting stoned?
Yeah.
Later.
My grandson did that.
They
was,
have no idea how strong dope is today.
I know.
They will be so fucked up walking around the hallways looking for a TV. They'll be like, and some Fritos.
As a tox person, he's totally right.
Okay.
Turn into Charlie Babbitt from Rain Man. Got to get a soda, got to get a soda. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
We're off point. Sorry.
Okay.
But I always, just before we leave bronchiolitis, I always love the fact that the definition of bronchiolitis is that the steroids and the other things didn't work. But they'll yell at you for using them. But it's like, well, how do you make the diagnosis? First, you have to try them and find out they don't work. That's how you make the diagnosis.
There we go. My grandson was that. He went in wheezing. They tried albuterol on him, and it worked beautifully. He cleared up. He had every aspect of being an RSV bronchiolytic, and he then went on over the next 2 years to get these upper respiratory infections at which he wheezed. They gave him a neb treatment. He got better, and so I'm sure he's going to go on to be asthmatic or outgrow it either way. But it worked.
Try the personalization argument. When people tell us that nuclear power is safe, I always say the same thing. If you build a house next to a nuclear plant, I'm listening. If you take a peds person who's diehard against it, have their own kid at 3 months be wheezing, grunting, retracting in front of you, and you say, I want to try an albuterol. They said, it's not indicated and it's harmful. I said, you really going to do that?
All right, we surveyed the audience about this. The take-home message, even in the presence of proven RSV, consider UA and culture in infants 2 to 12 months. We asked the audience, what percent of you would do a UA before discharge?
Probably very few.
90% said No.
And
then-
90% would be right if it was day 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
I should have put that on my slide. I apologize. The odds ratio goes dramatically up later in the course of the febrile illness.
So
I don't
in-
know what you think.
Yeah, same thing.
In bronchiolitis, does that mean that the fever just lasts a couple days and then the respiratory
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
element goes longer?
Bronchiolitis, not a febrile illness. It's a respiratory illness. It's a good point.
So, and then I just had these other studies so we could get into a feud that said it didn't increase the risk, but it's okay, but no feud. Can we put up ED or no ED? Now we're gonna play a little game. And
Is this going to involve hanky limb?
it does not involve nudity or a threat to your life.
Okay.
Can I see how that's spelled?
Yeah.
That's serious. Okay.
He
All
thought
right.
I made that up. That's what they gave me.
All right, you two guys, you're gonna be playing for hanky limb,
For hanky limb.
Yeah.
and then you two guys are gonna be playing for
Pierre Mikhail. This is for a new kidney, right?
this is well this is for you know what this is
your
for?
kidney. That's the important part.
Yeah.
This is for a 2-night stay at the Cosmopolitan.
Ooh.
In a room, apparently. All right, now I'm going to show you a little video. This
This isn't going to work.
the taster, this little taster, and you have to figure out: is this going to wind up this person in the ED, or are they going to be fine and go home? So, here we go.
Ghost pepper challenge. He's not actually gonna eat it, but
Oh, the ghost pepper, hottest pepper in the world. He just ate it. Eat.
There's always arguments, yeah.
Carolina Reaper. Let's say that's what it was. Carolina Reaper. ED or no ED, guys?
Uh,
Got to go quick.
I'm going no.
No,
No.
ED.
No ED.
No ED.
Who gave it to him? Who gave that to him?
Hey, come on, it's a bathroom bed. If there's such a
oh,
thing.
man,
I think no ED. No ED?
Yeah.
He
gotta
could
pause,
swallow.
pause.
He could be allergic to it. You never know.
No
I mean, it could be anaphylaxis.
There's no caveats here.
Yeah,
okay. All right, next guy. Oh, horse branding.
no.
National pastime. Let's just see how it starts out.
ED.
Stand by. Oh.
Is going.
We're going ED.
ED.
Going to a trauma center.
Well,
Possibly going to the morgue.
was the beginning of the kick the giveaway?
Yeah, no.
ED?
Yeah.
ED. Okay. All right.
No, urgent care.
Urgent care. Then ED.
Where they will give him some Toradol, extract every dollar he has for health care, and then refer him on.
Okay. Hey, how about some tomfoolery on the dock?
Who the hell?
Nothing better than this. Oh, he's
he doing?
sneaking up.
Tomfoolery.
Sneaking up. Oh, look, where should I grab him? Maybe around the neck.
Yeah, ED.
You're saying ED?
ED.
Yeah.
No ED. I'd put a Foley in the guy who threw him in the water.
Is that like a punitive Foley?
Yeah.
Okay.
No size, particularly.
We're saying ED over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're saying ED. Okay, let's see what happens. I mean, this was a good move.
That's a schmuckman's fracture. Oh my God.
A schmuckman's fracture.
Somebody over there saw Angry Birds. Oh my God.
And he's up. I think no ED.
How much beer was there?
You not said, but okay. So we
He's
are
about to get hit by a motorboat. So play the clip.
always the caveats with you, Malin.
Billy
All
sees
right.
the dark side.
Here's our
Oh, ED. I'm done. You said to move fast. I don't need to know whether it's a razor, a skateboard, or a
Yeah.
Let's go with the ED.
Okay, we've got ED. I mean, Allie hardly even. You know, he seems
was
to
with me.
dominate the conversation.
I first of all, I always defer to him, but number two, yes, any video that begins with a staircase is ED.
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 No, I
No,
think,
he-
I think
all right.
he bounces right out of
Wait.
it.
Oh, here's our split.
Dissension.
Yeah.
Here's our feud.
Yeah.
Well,
That is not the stairway to heaven.
let's see what happens.
All right, he didn't bounce.
I think we're saying ED. All right.
He had insufficient resiliency.
Okay, can we get the lecture slides back up? All right, so we've got
Give 'em
Pierre,
both- give 'em
Mikhail.
both prizes.
Okay, you guys both win. Pierre and Hanky, let's give them a hand. They
Hanky
did a
Link.
great job. All right.